What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? I hope everyone enjoyed the free-for-all. I still haven't seen it because I'm still catching up on older matches that I haven't watched. Now, I have a whole week's worth of matches that I've missed prior to the free-for-all, and then I have one more match from the previous week that I haven't watched, which is Lon Harris, the Delinquent, versus Drew McWeeny, aka The Godfather. This is the last match from that week that I've missed. And then I have the other batch of matches like Jessica Sloth versus Beth May, JTE Ben Goddard, and Jacoby Bancroft versus Jacob London. And I just got a message of all the matches that I missed apparently. And so here's the thing. I'm going to watch this match, Lon Harris versus McWeeny, and then I'm going to watch those three, and then the free-for-all. But that's just a little bit of behind the scenes for me. Again, I got a new job, and scheduling has been a nightmare for me. It's been next to impossible to schedule watching matches, and of course, if I watch a match, I gotta do a reaction to it. That's on top of doing other stuff, other videos that I'm working on. So it's been pretty hectic. In any case, I clearly, as you can see, I'm representing the swag team on this on my hoodie because that's the only hoodie that I got right now from these matches. Oh, don't worry, I ordered all the other ones next. So starting up from hopefully next week, I'll be able to wear a different hoodie for every single match. In any case, so I'm actually more of a fan of Lon Harris, and I think he's just had not so great luck with the Schmoedown, not necessarily with the competitors he went up against, but the questions he was forced to answer. And I definitely think he's much better than his record shows or his character shows. But Drew McWeeny is one of the best, so we'll just have to wait and see who wins. In any case, Drew McWeeny versus Lon Harris. Here we go. Oh, come on, this guy and the other guy.
Hey Jay, so it didn't go as the way we planned, but Winston, he has the right attitude that I wanted from a manager. He's completely on board with me doing whatever I want. He's given me full freedom, and the rest of the faction, I used to think everyone on the faction had some reason to hate Winston, but it's exactly the opposite. Everyone is on board. They love Winston, and they want to work together as a family and like bring the championship belt to the faction this time.
Music was specifically
and I'm on board too. And the best thing of all, even Laura's on board, and she's not talking about corruption anymore. She's not talking about Shannon anymore. She's not talking about wanting to go back or anything like that. So everything is good.
Chandru, listen, it's all good. Everything's okay. Sometimes things just don't go. Everything's cool. We're good. I still got mad respect for you. I believe in what you can do. It's all good.
I'm sorry, man. I was just really happy with how things are going in swag.
No need to apologize. No need to apologize. Everything's good with you and swag and Winston and Laura. Everything's good. Everything's in order. It's no problem, man. Listen, just study, practice, do what you got to do, get your belt back. All good on this end. Trust me. It's all good.
By the way, you would have made a great manager for swag. I just wanted to let you know that. And Jay, between you and me, your secret is safe with me. I'm not gonna tell a single soul what happened between us.
I appreciate that, man. It means a lot to not tell. I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Oh, I forgot. I think I'm late for my study session with swag. Bye, Jay.
Take it easy. See, I told you. Told you it was gonna happen. Just like this. See? Told you he was gonna get his act together. Told you Winston was gonna get it together. I told you what Chandru was gonna do, and I told you what Laura was gonna do. I told you.
You know, I gotta give it to you, Jay. I'm impressed. You know, you did say that Winston was gonna get his act together. You did say that Chandru was gonna go with Winston, and you certainly said that Laura was gonna break Shannon's heart, which is all I cared about. And I just love Laura on swag. I just think that's such a good fit, you know?
It's beautiful, so pretty.
You really delivered, Jay. I'm impressed. You really delivered on everything you said. So, you know what? Congratulations, Mr. Commissioner.
Oh, hell no!
Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Oh my god. This is gonna be the best. This is gonna be the best. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I miss Jay. I missed him a lot, but I'm not really sure what exactly happened. The reason he left the Schmoedown. Like, I know there's some stuff.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. I am Christian Harloff, joined as always by Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Mark, what a season it has been. New presidents, new commissioners, a lot of different stuff has come down the pike. And one of those things to happen this season, a legend returns. That is right. The former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Teams champion, the Godfather, Drew McWeeny, makes his triumphant return to the Schmoedown here today, and he faces the delinquent Lon Harris. What a match. What a match we have today for the audience.
It might be a little too much, even for my Wake Forest University brain to comprehend, Christian, because in the highest halls of office here at the Schmoedown, there is chaos ensuing. We can unpack that some other time. Right now, it's the question of Drew McWeeny. Is he going to be back and in mental game shape to compete once again, as brilliant as he did before? Will he have his trusty Coke Zero by his side? And yes, he's taking on Lon Harris, my second favorite Harris brother, but more to the point, which Lon Harris are we getting? He's been a delinquent for so long, but I'm telling you, you may not believe it, I saw little tiny shades, little strands, little silver linings in the gray sky that was the delinquent of him maybe not being a professor again, but at least being a student that occasionally shows up for class.
Well, I don't know. I know you have your hopes, but I don't necessarily know if Winston has those hopes. The delinquent has done some pretty great stuff in the season and a quarter that he has been with Swag. The question is, we know how well Drew McWeeny was with Sam Levine when they played together as a team. They won the team's tournament. They were the first team to ever defeat the Patriots. They beat the Patriots again in an Ironman match, and that reign was cut short. Sam Levine stepped away from the game, and the titles were vacated. We didn't have, and Drew McWeeny didn't have a chance to defend. He took that as a slight, as he said last year. He was mad. He left. He walked away from the game. He said, "I'm not doing it anymore." Sam Levine's got special powers. Sam Levine didn't just draft him. Sam Levine signed him. Sam Levine signed him in free agency, took him, and now it is him, Ethan Irwin, Liz Shannon Miller. Those were the three that he signed. He did something, and for some reason, McWeny's like, you know what? I'm going to play for you, Sam, and I'm going to win this year. He looks determined. He looks scary, and a scary Godfather. Oof, I don't know, but I don't think it affects Lon. I don't think Lon even understands what's happening half the time, so it might not be that much of an intimidation thing. I don't know.
I was going to ask you if that text you just got was maybe from him confirming that he showed up. That might be too much to ask. But when you look at the usual suspects, you're right. It's retirements aplenty. These two guys retire more than Steven Soderbergh, but like him, they are back and looking for big points here today against a worthy competitor, regardless of how he conducts his personal life. Lon Harris is to be feared once he gets underneath the white-hot spotlight of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Will Taco show up? That's really all I care about.
Well, we are going to find out in just a moment, as Lon, I'm sure, is scrambling to find Taco, and we will get to find out how we got here between both Lon Harris and the Godfather. Here we go.
There was only one choice for me. My number one draft pick, the Godfather, Mr. Drew McWeeny.
I wouldn't say I'm beat up over it. I've reached a point where I've realized something. I was promised a lot of stuff by a lot of people, and I think I'm retired, folks. Have a good day.
Very excited here to bring in our next competitor. You may know this gentleman.
So I think I'm going to go join the usual suspects. That is my final decision. And then, Ben Bateman, I'm coming for you.
Drew and I obviously have a long, complicated history, but I want to set the record straight about one thing. There are zero hard feelings between me and this man. Anything that caused any confusion in the past, that is in the past.
I learned the game sitting next to Sam because Sam is one of the best gamesmen the Schmoedown's ever seen. Like, he gets the game on an innate level.
It doesn't matter if it was above the line. It doesn't matter if it's me managing him on the usual suspects. The man is my go-to guy.
McWeeny's been away from the game for a little while. Quite a while, actually. As a matter of fact, he took an L and then he dipped. Lon, on the other hand, spent most of the season avoiding me. But you know what he ultimately did do? Won. A lot. Final exam did some serious damage and some serious work to everybody. So, Lon, provided he shows up, he's going to get in that ring. He's going to do what he does best.
So the last time you guys saw me here in the Schmoedown, you may have seen me wearing this blazer, and things are a little bit different now, though. And as 2021 rolls around, I just wanted to let you know that I'm in fighting shape and ready for the Schmoedown.
So, yeah, today we're playing Lon Harris, who I guess knows some stuff.
He's going to come in, he's going to answer these questions, he's going to make people laugh a little bit, stress me out. He's going to win because he's been here.
I hope to, knock the rust off and do so quickly, because I'm pretty sure if Lon comes ready, I'll be in trouble if I don't.
But whatever happens, this is just the beginning. And at the end of this year, when you look at Bateman, he's been wondering what just happened.
Did they ever explain what his beef with Bateman is? Or is it just something I missed? I don't know. Sounds cool, though.
I'll be honest. This is a match. This is a dream matchup that was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen a while ago. Something had happened with scheduling. It didn't work out. They have faced before in teams. The Harris brothers beat both Drew McWeeny and Breanne Chandler when they were a team together during Anarchy. So this is a little bit of a revenge for Drew McWeeny, because Drew McWeeny is one of the best teams players of all time. When you look at his record and things that he did with both Above the Line and The Family, and even Hide the Cannoli, that was Hide also all three of those teams have won matches. He is maybe just a step behind Jeff Snyder as far as teams, but he is a massive player. So I'm sure he's looking for a little revenge here today. His singles career, though, has never been exactly what we thought it could be, and I think he wants to make up for that this season.
And a big part of his strategy is probably intimidation. Heck, his nickname is the Godfather. The guy comes in and he scares opponents. But to your earlier point, I just don't know if Lon Harris cares, is aware of, gets affected. I don't know if he has an emotional bandwidth to begin with, and much less if Drew McWeeny is going to be the one moving that needle. So we're going to find out a lot today. We have questions. We're going to get some answers. We expect more answers from these two movie trivia geniuses.
All right. You ready to get going?
Oh, I am pumped, man. I feel like it's like we're like watching a boxing match. I'm not saying Rumble in the Jungle, but this is going to be a good heavyweight brawl.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the usual suspects, with a record of 4 wins, 5 defeats, and 2 knockouts, making his return to the Schmoedown, the former movie trivia Schmoedown team champion of the world, the Godfather, Drew McWeeny. Look at the determination in the eyes of the Godfather. Drew, I'll ask you this question. Why the decision to return, and why the decision with the suspects?
The decision to return was a
a complicated one. You
my
called
eyes are
me
getting
initially,
sorry,
Christian, and
my
started
hands are
talking to me
getting
about
tired.
it, and I wasn't going to do it at first. But, the more you sort of poked me with the things that I've left unfinished, with the things that I've left undone in this league, you can't just walk away. You can't just not try to complete these things. I definitely want to make a go of this as a singles player. And I think, yes, the team thing is definitely a strength of mine, but there's no reason I can't do that as a standalone player. And this year, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm hungry. I'm literally hungry. So let's go.
You look good. You look fresh. You look like you just got bit by Jack Nicholson in the 90s classic Wolf. But, Drew, my question is about your opponent. Now, the professor has books that used to adorn his office when he held that title. I don't know if you read those. I know you've seen every movie behind you. So he's a delinquent. He's kind of a loser. But does he put any fear in your heart?
Look, I don't underestimate Lon. I know that there's a brain in there. He is definitely armed and dangerous. It is a matter of, on any given day, his or my ability to be quicker on the draw. I definitely feel like this is an Old West standing in the street gunfight where, I'm not discounting him. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying today I think I want it more.
Last question for you, Drew, before we bring in Lon here. You made
Yes, I do have my Coke Zero. That's the question, correct?
That's it. Thank you so much. No, I did.
Okay, I knew Mark was worried.
I did have to ask. You walked away from the game last year because you were pretty upset the fact that Sam wasn't there for the last match that you guys played, and the fact that you never really got a chance to defend the team's titles. Is that gone with your manager and former partner now? Are you guys on the same page?
Well, we talked it out, and Sam and I have a history, and there is nobody who I feel knows this game quite the way Sam does. There's a reason that Sam is in the constant conversation about who the GOAT is, and I think he can definitely make a claim for it. And I think he knows this game inside out. Him as a manager makes sense to me. I talked with a lot of the other managers in the league, and there's great people in the league now. That's one of the things that I also brought me back is there is so much new blood now, both in players and managers, and the way the league works. It feels different now. It's evolved. And so I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to come back and face some of these new younger players who I think are monsters. I think have come to the table really ready to go. And I think that with Sam, his strategy talks with me, his talks about the game itself, he definitely knows how to get me ready for this game.
All right, thank you. You heard it from the Godfather. Good luck to you, sir. Good to have you back.
And
his opponent. Representing Swag with a record of 5 wins, 5 defeats, and 1 knockout. He is the 2020 Ultimate Schmoedown Team Finalist, the Delinquent Lon Harris. On, wake up.
Yeah, okay. So listen, I think we're gonna have a double chili cheeseburger. I'm gonna get fries, but on the side. You guys got like a shake thing, like a.
He said long chocolate taco.
Lon, this is the movie trivia Schmoedown. You're playing up against the Godfather, McWeeny.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm right. I assumed you were Grubhub, but that makes sense too. Sure.
That's my side gig. So, Lon, I would like to say, look, this is a match that has been. It was a different side of you last time. That was it was supposed to play up against Drew. When you did play in teams, do you remember any of that?
I have no recollection of this at all. No.
Fair, Mark.
Lon, I had such hopes for you this season.
I have no idea why. That's ridiculous.
At least I got to see Taco. So I'll ask you this. What do you know of Drew McWeeny? He's been a celebrated film pundit for decades. He's been on major network television shows. He's moderated the biggest panels at Comic-Con. Drew McWeeny, does the name ring a bell, or does The Godfather ring a bell?
Oh, the Godfather absolutely does ring a bell. Listen, very respected man on the street. I've been like if you see him, I've been running, my own side sort of businesses. I'm gonna chip into him. I'm gonna kick up. I need a few extra weeks to sort of get some stuff together. I know, he sent some guys to come talk to me, but so if you see Don Vito, please tell him I meant no disrespect.
Oh boy, that's another
That's a
sordid
different
tale.
Godfather.
Christian, I'm just gonna pivot this, throw this grenade back to you.
Lon, let me ask you a question. How did you feel about playing a trivia match today? Would you like to do that?
Oh, what kind of trivia we talking cars?
Movie trivia. Would you feel,
I mean, favorite, but sure, we could
all right,
figure
well,
something.
let's do that. And now our competitors are in the room, and we are ready to go. The match is about to start. Mark, what are the rules of round number 1?
All right. I said his name multiple times. Anyway, Drew has his Coke Zero, Lon has Taco, and I have my trusty water with gum in it. So here we go with the rules of round number 1. 8 questions in round number 1. These questions are asked to the field of competition. Each question's worth 1 point. No penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing, at least not in round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to get that answer from your noggin onto whatever writing surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule. Not sure you heard a question right. You want us to ask it again because you love our voice? Use a JTE rule. That's your repeat. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point. We'll bring your manager in if you want to issue a challenge. They'll confirm and ratify that said challenge is taking place. And Christian, I got to be honest, I'm pretty happy that the delinquent is still awake.
Don't jinx it. All right, so I asked the delinquent, are you ready?
I'm ready.
And Drew McWeeny, are you ready?
You're muted.
Oh, he's ready but muted.
Are you ready?
There he is.
I am ready.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown. Round number 1. Question number 1. And gentlemen, we start in the realm of mystery.
So rude.
Mystery. Which Oscar-winning actor plays Harlan Thrombey, patriarch of a dysfunctional upper-class family in the film Knives Out?
Christian, McWeeny said Armed and Dangerous, and all I can think about is that movie with John Candy and Eugene Levy that I still have not seen. It's a hole in my viewing history.
Oh, you gotta see that one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, and Lon.
Christopher Plummer.
Christopher Plummer.
It is. Drew McWeeny.
That would be Christopher Plummer.
Chrissy Plums.
Yes, sir. All right, so now we get to question number 2.
The late, great, call him if you need to replace an actor. Christopher
late,
Plummer.
great.
Your next
Yeah,
category
forgot about that part.
is new releases, movies that have been fairly new to theaters or streaming. Here's the query. Which actress plays the protagonist Cecilia Cass in the 2020 film The Invisible Man? And the dogs are barking in this match, or maybe that's the wolves howling.
The question is, whose dog?
Not Taco. He's very respectful.
It's not Molly. She's sleeping.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Drew.
Elizabeth
that
Moss
would
is
be
in talks
Elizabeth
to lead
Moss.
the freaking
Yes, it
Invisible
is. And
Man.
It is Elizabeth Moss.
Can anyone remember
Tie
that
game
reference?
2-2 as we get to question
Anyone?
number 3. The 80s. This is the realm of the 1980s movies.
I was alive then.
Who won Who won an Academy Award for playing Sophie Zawatowski in 1982's Sophie's Choice?
It's a tough call there. She had in that movie, I believe. I'll take it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Lon Harris.
That is Meryl Streep.
Streep.
Disappointed with no
Meryl
chance.
Streep.
And Drew McWeeny.
Meryl Streep.
Yes, I can see Sam Levine chanting from the waiting room, so I'll at least give him that. All right, so here we go. Next question, Mark, number 4.
Your next question is in the world of black cinema, and the query for 1 point. Isaac Hayes performed the title song to what 1971 film about a famous, quoting here, black private dick?
I do wish that we could get a camera on former champion Sam Levine during this match. There's a question if he'll
You're opening a Pandora's box.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we start with Drew.
That'd be Shaft. Shut your mouth.
That is correct. Look, and Lon.
I'm just talking about Shaft.
My
You are
mind
absolutely
went
right.
blank for some reason.
All right, here's the next question. This is question 5. This is movie quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Which 1933 classic adventure film coined the line, "It wasn't the airplanes, it was beauty killed the beast"?
Both competitors perfect, Christian. You got to hand it to him. Christian, honey, we're doing a match.
I know. I love it. 5. Loving this match. 4, 3. Look at Mark. 2, 1. Here, give me a hug. Pens down, please. Hands up. And we start with Lon Harris.
King Kong.
Looking forward to seeing him fight Godzilla. It's King Kong.
And Drew.
The only King Kong.
And we see ourselves at the moment 5-5 as we get to question number 6.
A lot of Kongs. There's only one king of them. Your next category is comedies. Take anything I can get these days. Your question for a point. Dave Matthews, Jennifer Aniston, and Nicole Kidman appear in what 2010's Adam Sandler film? Can they keep those perfect? Hey, Christian, what's everybody doing now that none of us can see?
Someone's vacuuming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And Drew.
Just go with it?
Is it just go with it?
It is.
Yes.
And Lon?
Yep. I also last second. Just go with it.
They got
All
it.
right.
All right. 6-6. Mark, you'll be happy to know that Sam Levine also got it correct. So there you go.
I really don't.
Very impressive.
All right. So here is the next. Sam's losing his mind at the moment. Here is the next question. Here's the next question as the vacuuming continues.
You can
And
tell it's not me because I've never cleaned it.
it's absolutely.
It's unfortunately, I believe it is construction people outside.
Well, maybe they're vacuuming. All right, here's the next one. This is
Maybe they're vacuuming
question
the construction.
7. Fantasy sci-fi. Wally Pfister directed Paul Bettany, Rebecca Hall, and Johnny Depp in what 2014 film about a man doing controversial experiments to create a sentient machine?
All right, someone with intimate knowledge of my living quarters just asked in the private chat if it's the manager. No, but man, does that guy love vacuuming.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, hands up, and Lon.
I know it's a long word that starts with a T. I think it's transcendence.
You were right. Correct. And
Yeah.
Drew.
No, I had intelligence. That's
Oh,
correct.
Drew misses the first one there, and Lon gets it. Lon hits first blood here. 7-6. McWeeny missing 1, and we see ourselves with a 1-point lead. So right now, the way that this works is Lon Harris has an opportunity to get a perfect round. If he hits it, he'll get a bonus question. If not, we'll move on over. Here is the last question, question 8. Mark.
Almost want to give Drew 2 points for not remembering that horrific movie.
Dare you?
Your final question in round number 1, possibly for a perfect round for the delinquent, is in the category of horror/thriller. And here we go. Which actor played Detective Alex Cross in the thrillers Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider?
Now, I have to go back and do research here. You say something about Transcendence. I feel you gave that movie a good review when we reviewed it.
Nope, hated it.
All right.
That's
I
right.
promise.
You're a hypocrite.
4, 3,
I have
2,
no idea. This is
1.
just a guess.
Pens down, please. Hands up, and we start with Drew.
Gene
The
Kelly?
great Morgan Freeman.
And Lon for the
Okay.
perfect round.
It is Morgan Freeman.
Lon Harris, perfect round. All right, so Lon, this is for you and only you. You don't have to write it down. You just have to answer it. 15 seconds to answer the question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here you go. Here is the bonus question for you. Bradley Cooper takes a drug known as NTZ48 that gives its user perfect recall in what 2011 film?
I believe it's called Limitless.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's one more point. So we see ourselves now, Lon Harris, 9, McWeeny, 7 at the end of round number 1. Mark, round number 2 is about to begin. How's it go?
The rules of round number 2. For any round, you are not allowed to rely on the knowledge of dogs or construction workers in the area, nor vacuumers. This is known as the wheel round. The wheel of fate, doom, and justice. It's a virtual wheel. Don't worry, Lon. We're not sending anything to your camping tent. As soon as you get a spin with your mind, you're going to settle on a category. Eventually, once you do, you're going to hear 4 questions in that realm. Each question is worth 2 points. The questions are only directed at you. However, stealing is available in round numero dos. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which we think is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question recedes from 2 to 1. The delinquent, perfect round, and nailing that bonus question gives him a 2-point advantage over the Godfather, Christian. And so, Lon Harris, I ask you, would you like to spin first or defer to your opponent?
I will defer to the Godfather. I'll go second.
Sam, you got 60 seconds to talk to Drew, starting now.
Lon should be ashamed of himself. No one should remember Transcendence. Honestly, Mark was correct. You should be docked points for that. Buddy, we're talking 1 question. So you are every bit as sharp as you were when we played. I'm loving what I'm seeing. You're in the zone. And see if we can get those guys back with the leaf blowers, because when they came over, you pound about everything. You got them all.
No, that's it. I just need distractions.
Okay, fantastic. We're going to get the dogs barking again. I feel great about this.
Okay.
We talked about the wheel. You know what to do. You got all your JTEs left. We got our challenge if we need it. You are good to go.
Here we go. So once again, Drew, if he doesn't like what he hits on the first one, he can't spin again unless, of course, he lands on opponent's choice. But here is the spin.
Needs a good round here, Christian.
Romance. 60 seconds to decide with Sam. Drew, starting now.
I love romance. Yeah, look, the bottom line is there's so few things on this wheel that give us any concern. So if you'd like to spin again, I support it. If not, I know you could crush the category. So I got to say it's up to you, man.
Let's just do it. Let's stay.
Let's stay.
Let's stay.
I love it, man. I love it.
Let's stay.
All right, Drew, you chose romance.
Yep.
You're going to get 4 questions in the realm of romance. Are you ready?
I am.
Here you go. First one. Okay. Who plays the lead female character of Ronnie Miller in Nicholas Sparks' film, The Last Song?
Oh, the last song is... Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Julianne Hough, B, Miley Cyrus, C, Mandy Moore, D, Rachel McAdams?
I guess Mandy Moore, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going to go with A, Julianne Hough.
And it is incorrect. Lon, for the steal opportunity, here's the question. Who plays the lead female character of Ronnie Miller in the Nicholas Sparks film, The Last Song? Is it A, Julianne Hough, B, Miley Cyrus, C, Mandy Moore, D, Rachel McAdams?
I believe it is C, Mandy Moore.
Also incorrect. Looking for B, Miley Cyrus.
Really?
Miley Cyrus. All right, here's
Cyrus,
question number 2.
Okay.
Who stars along Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor in Singin' in the Rain?
That would be the delightful Debbie Reynolds.
That is a delightful answer and a delightfully correct. 2 points. All right. And here is the third one. Shailene Woodley and Sam Claflin star in this romantic drama.
Romance is not my thing. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna answer any of these.
5.
I did see Singing in the Rain, though, but that was
3.
years ago.
Multiple choice. Yeah.
Is it A, Alone, B, Adrift, C, All Is Lost, D, Abandoned?
I think I heard of a movie called Adrift.
It's Adrift.
So that's what
Adrift is correct for 1 point. And your final question, Drew, here it is. Okay. Who stars as Ben Affleck's love interest in 2004's Surviving Christmas?
Reese Witherspoon.
It is incorrect.
Wow.
Lon, here's the
God.
Who stars as Ben Affleck's love interest in 2004's Surviving Christmas?
Yeah.
I can't do multiple choice, can I?
You cannot. 5, 4.
I'm gonna say Jennifer Aniston.
Looking for Christina Applegate. Christina Applegate.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
So a little bit of a rough start there for The Godfather, as we now are going to remove Drew McWeeny and bring in Winston. 60 seconds here to talk to Lon, starting now.
Hi, Lon.
Hey, Winston. Surviving Christmas. I've seen that. It's not in a long time.
No. Same here.
I'm a Jew. We shouldn't. It should be against the rules.
I feel like you read my mind. I was out here like, oh man, and look at you. You got Shaft. I'm so proud of you. Black cinema question. Let's go.
And I quote. I had context. I had contextual information about Shaft.
How you feeling, bro? How you feeling, champ?
I feel pretty good. I mean, like not that much ground to make up here. I'd like to set myself up nicely for round 3. I feel pretty good about this wheel. So yeah, I think
Lon's really getting
we're on
better.
target.
Cool. 3 JT is a challenge. Let's spin the wheel and see what happens.
Yeah.
And here is the spin of the wheel for Lon Harris.
Lon, did you cosplay as the wheel today?
Yes, it's. I'm dressed up. It says nominate Delroy Lindo, you cowards.
Paul Newman. Paul Newman. 60 seconds to decide on Paul Newman.
I'm a big fan of the man's films, but these kinds of categories tend to go pretty deep. So I'm inclined to say maybe spin off in case I get some questions about some like 70s movies I haven't seen in a while.
Then let's spin off, and if we get it again, we get it again. You know what
I mean?
Like,
Look, I'll talk HUD with you guys. If you guys want to talk HUD, we can talk HUD. I just, maybe there's something better.
Yeah. There's definitely some stuff.
Cattle rancher.
Sounds like a great role for a salad dressing magnate.
Scarlett Johansson.
We'll do ScarJo.
She plays literally everything. What the hell?
The answer is a tree.
Thank you. All right. So we are going to get now 4 questions in the realm of Scarlett Johansson for Lon Harris.
That is correct. I call her ScarJo. I invented that term. Receive royalties.
So,
Lon, here's the bottom line. 4 questions. Each one worth 2 points unless you want multiple choice in the category of Scarlett Johansson. Question number 1. In what film does Scarlett Johansson play a character named Silken Floss?
That's I believe it's The Spirit.
I'm going to take your word for it. It's in bold here, so I guess it's correct. That is 2 points for Lon.
That's
All right, here's
good
question
for
2.
IG question, by the way.
And it is. Scarlett Johansson voiced the character of Princess Mindy in this 2004 live-action animation hybrid film from Nickelodeon.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie! I just talked about that movie with a friend of mine. I'm a goofy
5.
goober, yeah.
I'll do
You're a
multiple
goofy
choice.
goober, yeah.
And
We're
your
all
4
goofy
options for a
goobers,
point.
yeah.
Is
Goofy,
it A,
goofy,
the
goofy goober,
SpongeBob
yeah!
SquarePants movie, B, Home on the Range,
Home on
C,
the Range
Shark
wasn't
Tale,
a
or D,
Nickelodeon
The
movie.
Incredibles?
Come on.
I'll say A, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
It's an originally titled film, and
I'm
very
ready.
accurately so. That's a point for
I'm
Lon.
ready.
All right, here's
Promotion.
question number 1. Here's question 2.
That is question number 2, and we move on to question number 3.
Exactly.
Keeping score at home, Lon Harris looking to surge ahead going into round 3. Your penultimate question in the category of ScarJo. Who directed Scarlett Johansson in the 2006 crime thriller Black Dahlia?
Brian De Palma.
Hey, he's good at writing crawl text, too. That is correct. And your final question for 2 big points. Lon Harris, the delinquent. What is the name of the computer operating system that Scarlett Johansson voiced in Her?
Now, is it the name of the operating system or her name that she takes on
Samantha,
for herself?
I think. Sam.
You want to use the JT rule?
Okay, repeat the question. Yeah, JT rule.
All right. What is the name of the computer operating system that Scarlett Johansson voiced in Her?
No.
I'll go multiple choice.
All right. Your 4 options for a point. Is it A, Samantha, B. Siri, C. Amy, or D. Scarlet?
Samantha was my
It's
original answer.
Samantha, but that question is very confusingly worded, I would say.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that.
That's the name she chose. Not
We
the name
can,
of
but
the
that is a
operating
point for
system.
Lon Harris. And Christian, Lon Harris now enjoys a sizable lead going into round number 3. We may not have predicted that.
All right, so we are going to bring up the score at the moment is 15-10. Lon Harris 15, McWeeny 10 as we get into round number 3.
Challenge that.
All right, Mark, what are the rules of round number 3?
Question.
This is the round that will determine the match, unless we go to sudden death overtime, which the math tells me could possibly happen. So what we need from each competitor is a series of numbers. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same numbers as your opponent because each number corresponds to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown goodness. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3. Your final question is worth 5 gigantic points. Lon Harris, you enjoy 5-point leads. You can give us your 3 integers first from 1 to 20. What feels fortunate?
We'll go 3, 8, and 15.
3, 8, and 15. And Drew.
Okay, we're going to go 6, 13, and 18.
All right, 60 seconds starting now.
I'm there with you, Lon. I was like hearing that.
The name of the operating system is the OS. Her name. She selects the name.
It's Samantha. But we're not going to challenge her. We got the point. I'm right there with you. I was thinking the same thing. And I was like,
we'll go on several after shows and talk about this for at least 4 hours apiece. So I'm not worried about it. I'm already texting some people. We're gonna be fine. We'll do some.
There it is, man. All right. Well, to that point, we lost to JT, but that's okay. You got 2. Take your time. This 5-point lead is nice. It is not over till it's over. But if it's over,
is it not over? Oh.
No. There's 1 round left. But how do you feel that after this is over, if you win, I'll buy you some tacos, like more dogs, not actual food.
Oh,
like
I was going to say 1, plenty, but the food, sure. Well, maybe a burrito.
10 seconds.
All right, that's fine. Take your time. Don't forget your JTs, and let's keep rolling, man.
All right,
Godfather.
What's up, sir?
Hey, dude. Listen, round 3 is the round in Schmoedown matches, okay? Everything that happened before, nonsense. Right now, you have one job, and that is to think about the questions and give your best answer, okay?
Right.
I know you. I have watched you ace more third rounds than any other player I've ever seen. You got this. You get all your points. We kick it back, and then he is going to have to answer all of his questions to beat you. Okay. It is
all
only
right.
a
Here we go.
5-point deficit. That's it.
All right.
You got this. I believe in you. I think you have 2 or 3 JTEs left. Is it 3? I think it's 3.
I think all 3.
Yeah. So use them if you need them, my friend. Challenge if it sounds wonky, like they should have done. You got this.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so round number 3, it's about to begin. Drew McWeeny will try to answer his 2 and 3 to get it back to Lon. Drew, you chose category 6 for your first category. That is Steven Spielberg films. Steven Spielberg films. All right, here is the question. Who plays the character of Albert Johnson, also known as Mr. in The Color Purple?
That would be Danny Glover.
For 2 points, Drew McWeeny. All right, so Drew already has 2 points here. He needs to hit his 3. If he hits his 3, then it goes back to Lon Harris. All right, Drew, for your second question, you chose category 13. That would put you in the realm of classics. Classics. Here is your 3-pointer.
Very good in classics.
Here you go. 1943's Casablanca was directed by whom?
Michael Curtiz.
For 3 more points. Not even breaking a sweat there for Drew McWeeny as we see ourselves tied up. The TKO option is gone. And now we get to Lon Harris. Lon Harris has chosen category number 3.
That's right. And Mark Mosley's 1982 MVP number corresponds to Brad Pitt. Great abs on that guy. Your question probably won't be about that, but it is going to be worth 2 points, and that could give you a 2-point lead, forcing the Godfather to hit his 5-pointer. Here's your question. For 2 points. And the lead. Brad Pitt received his first Oscar nomination for what Terry Gilliam sci-fi film?
believe the film is 12 Monkeys.
Is that the amount? That is the correct amount of monkeys, and it is a 2-point lead. Christian, it goes back to McWeeny, and he's got to hit this.
All right, so here you go, Drew, for your 5-point question. You chose category 18. Category number 18. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, you chose remakes and reboots.
Okay.
Here's the question. Joey King plays Brooklyn Harding, who is Michael Caine's granddaughter, in which 2010's film, also featuring Morgan Freeman?
Can you repeat the question?
I can. That's repeat number 1. Joey King plays Brooklyn Harding, Michael Caine's granddaughter, in what 2010's film, also featuring Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, remake/reboot, 2010s.
5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Second one. Joey King plays Brooklyn Harding, Michael Caine's granddaughter, in what 2010's film, also featuring Morgan Freeman? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the delinquent Lord Harris. The answer was Going in Style. Going in Style was Going in Style was the answer.
That's
and
a remake
there you
or a
go.
reboot?
The winner is Lon Harris, taking a massive, massive victory. Needed for Swag, takes out the Suspects and the Godfather. Big victory here. All right, gentlemen, Jen Sturger is waiting to talk with you. Congratulations, Winston. Congratulations, Delinquent. We'll see you in just a moment. So it was a big win. Good match. The first round really was, if you look at that 17-15, those 2 points that Harris gained in the first round were everything, because they really that bonus question and the fact that McWeeny missed that Transcendence one, that put us exactly where we are. He misses that, he's got to force it, because if it turns different in the first round, it at least gets to that 3-pointer. So either way, great to have McWeeny back, obviously, too. But Lon Harris takes the victory. He sees himself now at 6 wins and 5 losses. He's looking pretty good.
We've seen Drew McWeeny in championship shape, which is the only slight that I would have to his performance here today, because I think he's gotten all that ring rust off. He spun a tough category that he thought he was going to ace in romance, and then it ended up having some tricky questions that he gave up. And so I think that you could look at round number 2 as the round that sort of set the course for what we saw in round number 3. Lon Harris delivering what he had to, and then a tough Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman. We both love the actors, but Christian, they've been in a lot of movies, even recently, and it's tough to get all those sorted out in your head when you need to recall it in the moment.
Yeah, it's true. And I think that's also what it is. It's that fact that Lon Harris, he just competed in the teams division. He competed all last season in the teams division. He played in the singles tournament. He's been fresh. He's been playing. He's used to the digital age. I think that this might have been a case. Some people always ask, is there a little bit of ring rust too? It's possible, because Drew is getting used to it. Now, that doesn't mean anything except Drew McWeeny is a very dangerous competitor. That. But this might have been a thing. He hasn't played for a little while. His last match was in teams, and it was in a live setting. It's different playing live, playing in digital. Lon Harris has become somewhat of a pro inside of the digital age, so I think that had a lot to do with it. But Jen Sturger is going to be talking with the victorious Lon Harris and a very, very static Winston Marshall. Jen?
Uh-oh, Jen, you muted, girl.
I can't hear you, Jen.
You know what? It's better off that way, because it's actually garbage day outside, and there was a truck going by right at that minute.
Why
I was like,
everybody doing construction and work, and people have jobs? Don't they know it's the Schmoedown time?
That's
I know, right?
They
got to get on our email chain. God bless them. Anyways, guys, congratulations. You have to be feeling pretty great about this, Winston. It seems like everything's starting to gel. You got Chandru and Laura, you got them working together again? You know, like everything seems to be falling into place for you now with this win.
I mean, that's the thing that was kind of crazy is that there were a lot of distractions. There was a lot of stuff going on, and I'm out here thinking that things were okay, and I find out that they weren't. So put a stop to it. I ain't got time for none of that mess. We on a mission. This is war right now, and you're not going to win any war if your troops are not all on the same page. So we are.
Wait, what's going on?
Lon,
Are your troops not?
We'll talk about it
We're in the
later.
middle of a war right now, Lon. There's a war in the Schmoedown, and you're a
Yeah.
part
Well,
of
no,
this-
I know about that. I just have one question. Who are we fighting against?
Everybody?
that was
Winston,
the
you want to
problem.
take that?
That was the problem, Lon, is that we were fighting amongst each other. We went full Captain America Civil War, and now we've come together like Infinity War, going on to
That's not
Endgame.
good. Yeah, okay, that one better.
No,
We don't
no,
wanna
exactly.
come together like Infinity War. That's,
No, exactly. Well, and that was the thing. Now we're moving
They
on
don't.
into the Endgame.
Lon, are you feeling okay? Do you need a nap? I'm sure that
Yes.
victory took a lot out of you.
I mean, I always need a nap. It's just you name the time and place, and I'm ready to go. That's never a question.
But how did you prepare for an opponent like Drew McWeeny? Because let's face it, when it comes down to it, you two are two of the best in the game.
I think my secret, as you all well know, the sort of the key to preparation is not doing it at all, avoiding
Really?
it studiously.
Yeah.
Did not know this was happening today. Honestly, first I was hearing about it. I was just trying to get like a steak sandwich or something.
See, I got to push back a little bit on that, Jen, because I found Lon a couple times passed out, and I put one of those little headsets with the tape on, and I just literally just had the song Shaft. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Just playing over and over again. And I think that gave Lon the confidence, but also made him realize to answer that question earlier. I'm pretty sure that's how that worked.
Is that also why I know Croatian now? I've been learning. I just realized it's educational tapes. That's while I sleep. Very good.
Oh, you know what? Any way you have to, even if it involves, some light hypnosis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Or heavy hypnosis, whatever.
All right. So who do you guys want to see next? JTE's been calling you out. Is that someone you would potentially want to face, considering you guys used to work together?
Yeah, they have
Wait,
history together.
hang on. Is the rule named after that guy? I just put this together.
Oh God, Lon. I mean, look, I'll speak on behalf of Lon since he doesn't really know where he is right now. I mean, we're more than happy to take on JT if he wants to catch the smoke, but I'm also like, look, man, let's keep dancing inside the usual suspects. Let's take on Ethan. Like, I love Liz. Let's take on Liz. Like, let's just tear it down.
I don't remember either of those guys from The Usual Suspects. Was one of them the funny talking guy, the tall one?
No, that's the movie. We're talking about the faction.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
which one of them is Kaiser Soze, do you think?
Probably Sam.
Liz? I feel like it's Liz.
Guys, can we talk? Let's just talk teams for a second. Can I reel this interview back in? Okay.
Okay.
Finally Sam has the odd couple for the title soon. How do you feel about this, Lon? Like, this could be your first title.
Like Duke or like I would like to have a title. Yes.
No, we don't
What
talk
title?
about-
Baron?
Physical
I feel like I could be a
belts,
good
Lon,
Baron.
for the love of God.
We don't talk about the royal family no more. That's history. That's in
right.
the past. No.
Yes.
We're talking about a tag team belt. You would get like a belt.
Oh,
to hold your hands
right. Right, because we're stopped with that other guy. What Todd?
Something to
my
hold your
partner.
sweatpants up, Lon.
Oh,
Oyama.
that's
You spent an
right.
entire
Yes, that
year
guy.
playing with him.
Is that still going
Oh,
on?
yes, that guy.
Oh God.
Crazy.
Okay. Jen, can we wrap
I
it
gotta
up?
start writing
apparently-
this stuff down.
I apparently, the only thing that works with him. So remember, I promised you I'm gonna go buy you another taco and actual tacos, like I promised. Does that sound good, Lon?
Yeah, let's do it. All of it. Yeah.
Okay. So yes.
Winston, but you're calling out all these big names, these bangers. Like, how are you going to prepare him for
Mhm.
these level of matches when, like, I'm not sure, like he said he hasn't done study? Like, you're going hypnosis with this whole.
Hypnosis seems to work very
Oh,
well.
she
Again,
froze.
we're on the same page now, and I think the biggest thing about that is you don't achieve greatness by being afraid. You don't achieve greatness by failing and then tucking your tail and hiding in the corner. You achieve greatness by finding the biggest, baddest person in the yard, smack him in the mouth, and keep on moving. So if the road to Lon getting the singles belt is having to go through Ethan Irwin, which is a daunting task. Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't want to do
Lon
that.
can do it, though. Lon can do it. I'm not worried about it. So if that's who we got to go to, let's go. The only thing that I'm sad about is that we don't get to do the pre-match interviews no more, so I can't talk trash to Sam Levine. He's a lovely gentleman, and I would love to tell him how I'm going to smack him right in his mouth. Let's go! Oh,
Oh my God, bleep that, please.
I'm sorry, leave that out. I'm so sorry.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Oh God. Back to the desk.
Well, it's fun to see Swag smiling again. We can say that because it all looked like everybody was like, well, why is this happening? This doesn't make sense. Why? Well, Winston figured it out. And he got his house in order, and it worked because Lon Harris picks up a big, massive victory against the returning Godfather Drew McWeeny. This was a battle. It was a good match. It was so much knowledge, as Jen said. These are legends of the game going after it. And Lon Harris takes that step towards the elusive singles championship that he has never had an opportunity to compete for yet. He is in the running now. He's had some good victories, and now he's back into it. So who do we see? Do we see a JTE? Do we see Liz Shannon Miller? We don't know yet. There's so many different opportunities for Lon out there now, and this was a good step to get there.
I would say it's a great victory for Lon, not just in terms of movie trivia Schmoedown record or alum or whoever else you want to throw at him that could possibly compete. It's more so for his personal life. Christian, it could be the thing that gets his life in order. Drew McWeeny clearly has his life in order. He just missed a couple tough questions here today. And so I don't expect to see a lot of crying or weeping about what could have been. I just expect to see a competitor who now has that taste of competition in his mouth again and is hungry for more.
That's right. That's exactly right. And we're going to hear, I'm sure, a lot of that from Sam Levine and Drew McWeeny, who are standing by with Jen Sturger. Jen?
This is a nice pack. Winston hit me in the mouth.
Virtually, that works. Oh, I see what you did there. Well, Drew,
I don't know how I
nice.
do that.
It's still nice to see you again. I mean, I know today obviously didn't go the way that you guys wanted it to, but it's a pleasure to have you back with the league,
check
sir.
on something real quick.
Well, thank you. It's good to be back, and yeah, it's a very different league. Like, it's a very different process, even.
Did the digital aspect of it throw you off at all?
More than anything, I think not playing the game for a little while threw me off.
Everything's good.
You know, there's things that I have to remember. Like, when you're playing the game is not the time to go, I could maybe do that. Let's see. Let's experiment right now. I always forget that the wheel, you're really supposed to try to swing to your strengths. And, you know, instead of just, hey, I'll take a shot. So I'll get a little gamier, I think, next time. Wait, I think I said that wrong. But I'm definitely ready.
The digital helps there very much. We'll just take your word for it on how game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
I want to sound off on that. He's absolutely right. Like, this was not the digital aspect of it. This was Drew's first match in over a year, I think. So that's a big deal. Like, for anyone of any skill level to be away from the game is definitely taken on a faster pace. Doing it digitally is a big change. It has been for a lot of people. Although I think Drew hung very well with that, but we got to get him his sea legs back. So today we're going to call it a tech rehearsrsal, maybe a dress.
There we go.
So the next thing's the real match.
It was a pretty high stakes tech rehearsal. You two were exchanging
Yes, it
the
was.
entire game.
Yeah.
I have to say though, you know, some of the greatest in the game have taken an L their first time back, just because, like
Sure.
you said, Sam, the game evolves when you leave. It doesn't stop growing. It doesn't stop changing. And obviously we've had to make all kinds of adjustments due to COVID and things like that. But how do we rebound from this? You know, well, what's the plan going forward? What did you guys take away from today's match? And that's for both of you.
Well, for me, I want two things. The first, we're going to regroup, and I would love to get Drew another singles match because the man is a singles beast, and I know what he's capable of. We all know what he's capable of, and I want to see him back in Godfather form from seasons past. But moreover, it's important to me to find Drew a teammate. I want to get the man in teams. I can speak firsthand to say, this is a guy right here who thrives in teams. He is unstoppable as a teammate. So that is a top priority for me and the suspects to get him matched up and to get him some teams matches.
And there's no shot at you giving me that name yet.
Not today. I'm sorry.
I tried, Christian. I tried. You're making my job much harder today, gentlemen. Anyways, tough loss today, though, Drew. But I can't tell you enough how great.
I appreciate it.
Face again.
And I'm excited to meet new players and to get in there and to get my hands dirty. I think this was a good start. So thank you, Jen. Thank you.
Absolutely. Back to the desk.
Mark, what a match it was. Good to have the Godfather back, and really great to see the delinquent looked good. He looked sharp.
You nailed it on the head. It's Lon Harris showing that whether he's a delinquent or not, he knows a lot about movies. Just got to really work to get him to show up on time. Once he does, he can be lights out. Drew McWeeny, he's going to be back, no question. He got the rest of that rust off, and he is now a knight in shining armor looking to maybe compete again tomorrow or whoever his next match is. I would fear that man.
And a lot of teams talk here today. Well, as made clear by our new president, there is going to be both a teams tournament and a Star Wars tournament, both 8 apiece, and it starts next month, starting in, well, hell, at the end of this month, the teams tournament begins, but we will see that stretch out over the month of May, and then the full Star Wars tournament. 8 players go head to head all the way up to 8, and that happens next month. So make sure you check that out. All the factions going at it is indeed a Schmoedown war. Keep up on all the stats. Keep up on everything. Go to the schmoedownlive.com. Thank you to Jen Sturger, to our great team over at Skybound, to Vince, Sam, Drew, and Lon, and our writers, of course, and to you, Mark Ellis.
Good.
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next time.
Oh, that was a bit abrupt, but yeah, never mind. So yeah, I got 9 questions today, so it still didn't quite make my my goal of reaching at least 10 questions in every match, which is something that I'm sorely lacking in pretty much every match. I think I'm starting to realize that I should lower my expectations from maybe 10 questions a match to 8, I guess. Anyways, so yeah. Great match. Again, I think everything that could be said about this match has been said in the post interviews. Drew McWeeny just spawned a category that he wasn't that good in, apparently, and I mean, he pretty much said it himself. You're not supposed to in something like the Schmoedown. You're not supposed to just spin a category and say, yeah, I'll take it. Why not? You got to spin to your strengths. 70s was on the wheels, so clearly Drew McWeeny could have done a lot of damage there if he got it, or if he got spinner's choice, but that's irrelevant right now. The important part is Swag won. Lon Harris got himself out of the 5-5 record to a 6-5 record, which is great. Got himself another victory on his road to a potential title. Hopefully, somewhere down the road. I think a lot of people would agree that Lon Harris is one of the best competitors in the Schmoedown that hasn't won a title yet. So I'm very much excited to hopefully see him getting, I think, maybe his first title shot, because I don't think he got a title shot. Not with the Evil Geniuses, not with Final Exam. But yeah, he was always dancing around a title shot, but never actually got one. So it would be nice to see him moving up the ranks. In any case, this has been my reaction to this match. I finally finished watching all the matches from 2 weeks ago. Now I can finally start watching the matches that I missed last week, and then the free-for-all. So I'll see you all there. Hopefully, I won't be disappointed. Until then, everybody, Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.